years old. James?
All right, well, many of the presidential candidates are ringing in the new year in Iowa and New Hampshire. Both of those races are too close to call. But we're going to our astute political observer for his observations on the campaign 2008. Here's Colin Quinn, one of the greatest stand-ups of all time, a great actor and a great all-around guy. Welcome.
Thanks, guys.
And he's got some good hands. I don't know if they got it on the thing, but that was a great catch, man.
It's a pleasure to be here, and it shows what a great stand-up I am. You had the guy from Spencer's Gifts with his stupid crystal on 10 minutes before me. Why don't you bring in the Williams-Sonoma guy in? He's got a bowling with the show here.
No, but Colin, you're the big guest, so we're saving you for last, man. That's how it works. We build it up that way. Poor guy, bashing crystals.
I could care less.
I know, right?
How about you throwing Steve Jobs under the bus to Leonard Marshall? You're like, and don't forget about him. He's like, he stole your money, Leonard.
I know.
Steve Jobs gonna end
He
up
thought about tackling me for that.
I know. No, he's going to kill Leonard.
Scared.
He's going to kill Steve.
He's laughing all the way to the bank. He could care less what Steve Jobs
She thinks I'm rich. I don't know anything about finance.
It's because you're so rich you don't have to worry about it.
Boy! All right, let's move along.
I do think that there's something to be said about the fact that if you can't take care of it yourself, you hire someone smart, and that's what you did.
That's what I did. Worked for Billy Joel. His brother-in-law stole $25 million off him in the 80s. Remember that? That was a nice shot.
That must have been
His
an
own brother-in-law's business manager.
Oh. Talk to me about politics, Colin. I mean, first off, the Iowa, New Hampshire caucus. First of all, I got to say I don't really care too much because I ain't voting for a Democrat or Republican anyway.
Oh, yeah, no, who are you going to vote for? That's who's going to win is those independents. It's going to be Al Gore and Michael Bloomberg.
Oh, no
Why?
Al Gore. But Michael Bloomberg maybe eventually. I think it'll be 2020, though, before an independent actually makes it to the office. I'm going to
No way. It's going to be Bloomberg or Gore's going to win.
In 2008?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You really think Bloomberg will come out?
Who's going to win? Everybody else is horrendous at this point.
What do you think of these Iowa caucuses?
I don't know. What do you mean? What kind of a general question is that?
Well, because
what do I think of the institution of the Iowa caucus?
Yes, actually, that is what she meant.
That is the question.
Why don't you ask me to tear down the entire infrastructure of the country while you're at it? I think it's terrible.
That's my next question.
Isn't that your next question? What about tearing down the infrastructure of the country?
I think they should move them to Nebraska. That's what I think.
We sit around the diner and we talk to the candidates.
I know, and now they feel bad because now everybody's like, that was their big shot, Iowa. There's not a lot going on, you know?
This is what I mean.
Since Dan Gable left the wrestling program there.
Oh, now that's a reference.
Thank you.
Nice.
Now they sit around and everyone's like, oh, Iowa doesn't matter. They're like, what do you mean we don't matter? I mean, they kind of sense they didn't matter in the big picture. It really hurts. They don't have to say it that way.
But history showed it mattered a little.
What's the state that matters the least?
What's the state that matters the least in the country?
Besides Iowa?
That's
you're going off on everybody already. I figure you might alienate all our viewers.
I don't count Alaska or Hawaii as states. I don't care what the rest of the country thinks. We all know they're not states.
New Mexico?
Canada I count as a state.
Nice.
Because we let them call themselves a country because they were like the quiet upstairs neighbor that went to bed early, but now we need the land back.
Do they even celebrate New Year in Canada?
No, they don't.
No.
They don't. They do what they do with everything else. They look at us and they go, hey, they're having a New Year. Let's do that.
Now, that being said, their federal government is not trashing the Canadian dollar while ours is, and so what? The loonie is actually loony enough. Worth more than the dollar.
The loony is loony.
Wow, is that true?
I don't know if it actually crossed, but they did touch. I haven't paid attention the last few weeks.
Is that what's going on, really?
Yeah, our dollar. Here's what's going on, and you know what? We're going to play a little game with you in a minute. We're going to test.
Good.
Actually, we got a flashback. Are you guys about ready for a remote control flashback? We'll come back to some more stuff.
We're doing remote control.
But we're not quite there yet. But we got a remote control. I got a special
surprise. How about him quoting
for
Eddie
you.
Vedder on a business show? You're like the grunge Jim Cramer.
That's a compliment in a weird way for him.
Yeah, I'll take that.
All right, let's go. Democrats. Do you have a favorite Democrat?
They're all so fantastic. I don't know where to start. You know, you got Hillary, that smile. She's as sincere as a lap dance.
She's for change. I don't know if you knew that.
Then you got, Barack Obama, who said he wasn't gonna fight like the other politicians. First of all, his slogan is "Let's bring everyone together," and it was like, "That's so great." Yeah, that's what Bush's slogan was in 2000.
But he's got Oprah.
Yeah, and he said he wasn't gonna fight, and he's like, Hillary killed Benazir Bhutto. Then you got John Edwards. John Edwards looks like a good president.
That's a direct quote, by the way, from
he's like a late night commercial for a real estate seminar. John Edwards. He's like, what if I said you could be president and also make $1 million in just 6 weeks?
We actually play that show after happy hour at midnight.
I just think he's got bad hair. What about the Republicans?
Colin?
No, Edwards.
Oh, my bad.
She means me and Edwards.
Republicans.
I mean, who do you got? Huckabee, who's like, he's like, I think he's, isn't he the cousin with the devil, Mitt Romney? Jesus and the devil are cousins in Mormonism. I was like, how could you say that? But it's probably true. Who knows, right?
I mean, I don't know. It's Utah.
They said the world started in like
knows what happens in
1884,
Utah?
something like that. The world started in Provo. The world started during the second BYU championship. Come on. Working here.
All right, Giuliani.
Danny Ainge, ladies and gentlemen.
Danny Ainge, ladies and gentlemen, yeah.
I used to love Giuliani, but they're killing him, of course. Your buddies at the New York Times.
Seriously, you
every
used to love
story
Giuliani?
is like, oh, Giuliani.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you
why
don't
not?
believe him?
What has he done that was wrong?
I don't
So
know.
why
Like,
believe the
there's,
stories?
like, New York Times has been telling me lots of stuff he did wrong.
Well, they do
Like,
every day.
Corruption,
They don't care.
carry, all
Every
this
little
stuff. Come
story,
on, bad,
and then, no
bad.
matter what, they have to put Giuliani in. It's like, oh, in real estate, this lovely home in post-Giuliani, New York.
Meanwhile, the Wall Street Journal, though, they give the guy some props.
Do they? Yeah.
Yeah, you don't read the Wall Street Journal?
I told you, I don't know anything about business.
Well, maybe you should read the Wall Street Journal.
I try to
and
read the
start
two
learning.
columns, everybody says, but it's hard. It's boring. I see a number, I start to get a headache.
All right, wait, McCain.
McCain, I like McCain, but he's got that, like, smile like your father right before he hits you, you know? Like, I told you not to mess with the transmission, you know?
I flinched when you did that, man. I thought you were
Yeah.
about to take the
Brought
belt
back
off, and I was
Nobody seems to have a
running.
very good smile in this campaign, do they, you know?
Would you?
How about Joe Biden? He looks angry, too, doesn't he? He's
Yeah.
like, I should be in. It was like, all right, do whatever. He goes, I'll change everything. That's good,
And
Joe.
finally, Thompson. He's one of you.
Yeah, she's like, you're not buying the Thompson.
Yeah, what he said is going to be a nuclear war if they don't pick up a sixth season of Law and Order SVU. What did he say? I can't
You know,
remember.
though, Warren Buffett has said the same thing, that there is a 100% chance that there will be a nuclear attack on our soil at some point in the next couple of decades.
So
Thompson's
anybody
a
can
top-
say that about anything in the next couple of
Right.
decades. He'll be dead. Nobody will be.
I'm just saying, the guy at least was being honest that, yeah, there will be a terrorist attack, and we need to be at least aware of that.
Well, he
And then why
needs to-
pretend that it's not going to happen?
But the
we need
point
to at
is,
least
why
acknowledge reality of it.
acknowledge it's going to happen? What's he going to do about it? Nothing. We all know. We saw I Am Legend and the rest of these movies. We know it's coming. So what?
All right, Colin, I got to play some remote control. This is Finance Remote Control with Colin.
Whoa.
I don't know if everybody
All right.
watching remembers,
I
but
love
back
this
in, like,
show.
what, the late
Go ahead.
80s?
Yes.
Back when I used to wear my
88,
jeans like this, here's another prediction.
Yeah, I'm
2008,
coming back
the
too.
year of the rolling jeans is
Oh,
coming.
I'm with you.
You
I'm
in?
with you.
Oh, this is good stuff.
I
baby.
need my
All right, who's that?
purple
You got 30 seconds. Who's
sparkle.
Oh,
that?
go ahead, go ahead.
Right here, right here, right here.
Alan
Who's that?
Greenspan.
Warren Buffett.
No,
Damn
Warren
it.
Buffett. Close. Next.
All right, go ahead. Next.
Next. Next. He loses a point already. Who's that?
Next. Oh, James Carville.
Close enough.
Dick
Next.
Cheney.
Next.
No, that's Dick. What's his name?
Yes.
Brasso.
Paulson.
Yes, close enough. That one.
Oh,
Whether
dear.
that was Paulson.
Oh my God, is that Ted Turner?
I was getting you tricked. I knew you wouldn't get that one. I thought that was going to be the tough
That's
one.
Conrad
Sounds
Dobler
like-
from the St. Louis Cardinals.
It does look like Ted Turner, though. Back
Does look
in
like
his
Ted
Team
Turner.
Fonda days.
That was
looks like a state
Ted
trooper
Turner on
in,
yoga. And finally, surely you know this one. Most evil man on
Dick
the planet.
Brasso.
Close enough.
Steve Jobs.
No.
Dick
Doggone it.
Brasso.
Who was that? Ben Bernanke, Mr. Bubble himself.
Ben
Colin.
and Jerry. Who was that? Who is it?
Man, Colin. Good jeans.
Yeah, baby, the new one.
I like it.
you
No, you
like-
got to do the fold over even,
Yeah,
the
'cause
tight
that's
roll.
like-
This is
that's
New
like Danny
Mexico, man.
Zuko.
Hey, watch my.
Another one that's coming back, those girls
Summer
spray
love
painting their
it.
bangs.
Happy.
Thanks, Colin. We'll see you in a
Thanks,
bit for
guys.
quick shots. And we've got a whole lot more on tap when Happy Hour returns.
And pick up your unicorns from Spencer.